your entire family to be safe and healthy. Okay, so we are actually facing this pandemic crisis, and this is the only way we can be connected to each other. So let us meet for some days like this and hope that our time gets better and we get back to our normal life very soon. Okay, but till then, let us meet in this way through our e-learning classes. So today I will be taking your second English class, because the first English class has already been taken. I hope you have all seen. So this is my first class with you, but your second class. So in this class I will at first give you a concept about your class 9 syllabus, because you have been studying class 8 in a completely different pattern. So as you have come to class 9, you will get a slight change in your syllabus pattern. Now, unlike the previous years, okay, till class 8, what was the structure of the syllabus? You had term examinations, you had periodic test, and according to that there was a specific syllabus, okay, like 3 chapters, 5 chapters, okay, these are the things under the chapters, okay. In this way the entire syllabus was provided to you in the very beginning of the session. But in class 9, what you will get, you will actually get the entire syllabus of the final examination, means the 80 marks examination, that is the post midterm as well as the term 2 examination, means the year ending examination. So you will be getting the syllabus. Now don't get panic. The thing is that what you have to do, you have to follow the classes of your respective teachers. Okay, so for English, for example, if you are having the pre-midterm examination in front of you, so what will be the syllabus of the pre-midterm examination, you all will be wondering. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to either ask the teacher, you will ask me, so I can give you a plan that okay, in the pre-midterm examination we are having this amount of time, we have 1 or 2 months time, like this we will tell, and I will give you some specific chapters that I will try these chapters to be included in your pre-midterm examination. So in this way, exam wise you will be getting the portion of your syllabus. But in the end, when you reach to your final level, okay, means when you are going towards the session ending, when you are going to give the final examination, at that time the entire book will be in your syllabus. Okay, now regarding the grammar portion, I want to give you some clear idea about the grammar portion. But today I will mainly start with the literature, okay, that is the Road Not Taken. I will be taking the poem, The Road Not Taken. And I feel that before I take on with the literature portion, I will give you some idea regarding the grammar. So in your grammar and writing portion, you will be told to do these are the things. In the writing section, formal, letter and paragraph. Letter or in your writing, the first thing you have to do, you have to either write a formal letter or you have to write a paragraph. Your word limitations will be 150 to 200. 150 to 200 word limitation. Okay. Another writing you have to do, that is story writing. Here also the word limitation should be 150 to 200. Okay, so these are the two things you have to do for prepare for your writing. Now regarding formal letter, you have already practiced in your previous year how to write a formal letter. It will be the same thing. Okay, there can be editorial letter, there can be inquiry letter. The letters are of different types. Okay, now paragraph writing means it is just like an essay, but unlike an essay, you have to write the entire thing in one paragraph. You can't change the paragraph. That is paragraph writing. You have to give the heading and you will start the paragraph. Story writing, what you will be doing in the story writing, suppose the beginning of the story, okay, some hints will be given, and suppose one line, the beginning line of the story has been provided to you, and you have to imagine, you have to think, you have to create your own story following that beginning line. This can be happening. Or the entire story, suppose a very common story is there, the entire story has been given in clues, okay, given in gap, like in a hint points. So when you are getting the hints, you are getting the idea what is the story. So you have to compose the entire story within this word limitation. Or you can be also given one picture will be provided, study the picture and imagine a story that will relate to the picture, means picture study. You have to study a picture, you have to see what are the things in the picture, watching the picture, you have to create a story that this can happen. I will make a story, means the picture should be relevant to your story. Okay, in this way you have to do the story writing. This is the part for the writing. Now I will be coming for the grammar portion. This is the most important part, because you all will be wondering about this part, as it is very different from the things that you have studied till class 8. What you will get in grammar? Grammar you will get clause passage or gap filling. Now what is clause passage? It is CLOZE, not close. Okay, clause passage, gap filling. Both are actually kind of similar. In one way you have to say it is fill in the blanks. Okay, it is fill in the blanks. A kind of fill in the blanks kind of passage will be given, around 4 to 5 lines passage it will be given, and there will be gap in between the writings. Okay, A, B. So you have to put suitable words in these gaps. The words that you are putting, it can be a conjunction, it can be a preposition, it can be any verb. Okay, so you have to put suitable words in these gaps. So this is the clause passage and gap filling. Next you will get editing. Now what is editing? This you have understood. What is editing? Editing, you will be just you will be provided with some sentences. For example, sentence number A, something has been given. I am giving you an example of that something. Ram have closed the door. If this is the sentence, you have to find out one error in the sentence. There will be one error in the sentence. What is the error? So what will be the format of writing? Already the format will be provided in your question. Incorrect, correct. This is the format. Okay, in this way the question will be given. Incorrect, correct. There will be a dash. This will be a dash. So what you have to write there? Under the incorrect, you have to write down which word has been used in this sentence incorrectly. Which word? This is the incorrect word, have. What will be the right word? It will be has. Why? Because Ram is a singular. Ram is a singular, so I can't use have here. I have to use has. So this has will be the correct one, have will be the incorrect one. So this kind of things, this kind of pattern is called the editing. This you will be getting. I hope it is clear. Another thing that you are having, that is dialogue writing, reporting dialogue. Now dialogue writing is is little bit different from the dialogue writing you have done in class 8. Okay, reporting dialogue or dialogue writing. Now what is it? Suppose Ram, Sam, Seema. Okay, a group of dialogue will be given to you. Okay, using colon, a group of dialogue is given. Suppose Ram is telling, how are you? I am fine. I am sad. So these are the dialogues given by Ram, Sam, Seema. Okay, Ram is asking, how are you too? Sam is telling, I am fine. Seema is telling, I am sad. So what you have to do, you have to actually use your knowledge of direct indirect speech, and you have to convert this dialogue into a report. What you have to say? You have to say, Ram asked Sam and Seema how were they. Sam said he was fine, but Seema said she was sad. So this dialogue, this conversation has been put into a kind of reporting structure. So this thing will be your answer. In this way you have to write your answer. I hope that part is clear. So this is what you will be getting in your grammar portion, and your grammar portion will cover all your grammatical knowledge till class 8, whatever you have learned regarding the tenses, regarding the preposition, regarding the modals, conjunctions, clauses, phrases, sentence making, sentence verb, subject verb, agreement. Okay, those everything will be included in this part. Means this entire thing will evaluate your knowledge on the grammatical skills. You won't be having any separate chapters like verbs, adverbs, something like that. Everything mixed up like this. Okay. Another regarding another book that you have got, okay, along with your literature books, along with Beehive and Moments, you have also received another book. The name of the book is Words and Expression. I hope you have gone through the book. And what is that book? In that book you will get a lot of comprehension passages, because our comprehension passages are very important. You have to practice the comprehension passages, how to comprehend the given passage, how to write the answers, okay, and you have to learn to write the brief answer, okay, not like very lengthy answer. Just don't copy down the entire paragraph wherever the answer is possible. Instead of copying down the entire paragraph, you have to just write the exact answer. Okay. So for that the grammar book is there. You can practice the grammar book in your home. There are lots of passages. You have to go through the passages, read the passages, understand the passages, and then answer the questions given. There are also, you will find some grammars, so you can go on with those grammatical things. You have to just practice, so don't worry about it. So in this class 9, don't be scared, I'm telling you, because of you will be having the entire book for your final. Don't panic. I am giving you some key tips how you have to make this, how you have to overcome this syllabus. First, apply your grammar knowledge. whatever grammar knowledge you have acquired till now, till class 8, whatever is there, okay, apply your grammatical knowledge for the grammar portion. Just now, few minutes before, I have explained the grammars. Okay, so there you have to apply your simple grammar knowledge. Next, remember the stories from the text. Okay, don't think that I have to memorize the answers, I have to write so much big answers. Don't think about that. So many big answers and I have to memorize all, don't know what answer will, what question will be coming. Don't think about it. Just understand the story, read the story. Okay, make the story clear in your mind. It's just a story. You can't even remember a single simple story. It's very easy to remember a story. So remember the story, remember the key facts in the story. Okay. And I will be reading the story with you, obviously explaining line by line everything, whatever the important part I will be explaining. But after me also, you have to study the story, you have to read the story by yourself. Next is the poems. You have to understand the poems very well. Develop the writing skills. You have to, regarding the writing portion, because in the final you will be having 20 marks based on writing. Okay, so that writing portion you have to practice. Okay, you have to develop your writing skills. Keep on writing everything, whatever samples you get, whatever questions you get regarding letter, regarding paragraph, regarding story writings, keep on practicing that. And develop your comprehension skills. Use the workbook that you have already got. So using the workbook, you just start solving the comprehension passages. So there you can develop the comprehension skills. Now we will come to our lesson for today, that is road not taken in your beehive. By Robert Frost. Robert Frost is one of my favorite poet, a very dear poet to me. Okay, I like his poetry a lot. So I will give a very brief introduction regarding him, because that introduction is needed in understanding the poem, because this poem is somewhat bit personal. Okay, related to the poet's life. So Robert Frost is an American poet. Okay, he is a poet. He was born in America. He was an American citizen. He actually received the title of Poet Laureate. Okay, he was just not an ordinary poet. He got the title of Poet Laureate. He also won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry 4 times. There is a prestigious prize. He won that prize 4 times, not only one. And his poetries are mainly based on the rural description, the countryside, the village side, okay, the simplicity of life. Sometimes he describes the simplicity, the rural lifestyle of people, and all his poetries are actually related to the realistic life. Okay, whatever we are, the reality, our real life, the real life events, the real life problems, the real life scenarios. Okay, so his poems are mainly based on real life. Acha. Now the poet, how the poet became such a big poet. It was not an easy journey for him. When he started his poetic career, he did not get any kind of proper success. He had to suffer a lot. He had to struggle through a lot of difficulties, financial difficulties. He had a lot of things, and his poetic career actually started very late. So once it actually started when he came to England, and there he made friendship with some of the great people, some of the great poets. One of his friend was Edward Thomas. So he made the friendship with Edward Thomas, and Edward Thomas actually inspired him to write this poem, The Road Not Taken. It has been written by, means it has been composed by Frost. He was inspired by this man, Thomas. Then after coming to England, he started developing his poetic career. His poetic essence was recognized by all. He was gaining the popularity, and then the World War I started, and during that World War I he had to come back to America, his hometown, and there he published his poem, group of poem, collection of poem, A Boy's Will, and after that he actually prospered. His poetic career, his popularity, his fame, everything started after that. But in order to become a poet, he had to struggle a lot. So we will find out the same thing in this poem. Acha, now about the poem. I will go inside the poem. The poem is related to our life. Okay, you will get a very big similarity of your own life in this poem. We often get choices in our life where we had to choose, mostly related to career. So as you are students right now, okay, you are having a safe life. You have to study. You have to study for your examination. You have to get promoted to the next class. Then you have to prepare for that next class. So this is your life. But after your student life is over, okay, at that time you have to choose. Okay, at that time what you have to choose? You have to choose your career, what you want to become. Some people will ask you, what do you want to become? So in that case, some of you will reply, I want to become a doctor. Some of you will say, I will become a civil engineer. Some will say, I will go for the electrical line. Okay, some will say, no, actually I am going to get involved into business. Okay, fine. So these are the common choices that we all had to make at some point of time in our life, okay, when we are going to start a career. So this poem will be guiding you regarding that. We often analyze each option trying to see where it may lead our life to, but ultimately everything depends on us. So suppose right now you are telling me that you aspire to become a doctor, okay, but you personally, what you will do, if I become a doctor, if I go into medical, if I start taking MBBS course, how far can I go? Am I going to become a doctor, a very renowned doctor, or am I going to just struggle for becoming a doctor? You can't be sure about it until and unless you are sure about your own energy, the energy within yourself. Until you are sure about that energy, you can't actually predict that if I go in this way, then I will get this. You can only have a idea that if I take this line, if I go on this course, then I will go to a certain point, I will become something big. But that is only your thought. You can't guarantee that I will be becoming that, because maybe in the midway you will feel some difficulties. You will feel that, oh, why I have chosen this way. I should have taken something different, then my life would have been different. You might feel like that. So it is not possible for us to stand in this present time and look deep into the future. We can't do that. We just had to choose. So at that point of time, the only option we had some certain option, and we have to choose. We have to make one choice, one decision you have to take. And few people will try to choose one risky, one difficult course. Okay, because most of you, they will be choosing we are comfortable in choosing the common way. Okay, the common way, why we will always like to choose the common way? Because we will have a guarantee. Many people have been traveling here, many people have been going on this way, and they have become all successful people. So it is a safer way. I can also go in this way, I will also reach a safe point. Okay, you will do that, but few of the people, few amongst us will have that courage to try something different. Okay, the trying something different is all about this poem. Your choice of today will make your future tomorrow. What you will choose today, you will get that, according to that, you will build up your future. Let us begin the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, and then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So now I will be going line by line explanation. In the beginning, the poet is telling two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So the poet is a traveller. Okay, I am not talking about the poet, I am talking about a traveller. The traveller, he is travelling through the forest. Okay, he is travelling through the forest. What kind of forest? Yellow wood. Now yellow means the leaves of the trees were yellow. Now when do the leaves of the tree turn yellow? During the season of the fall, during autumn. During autumn the leaves will turn yellow. So the season time, we can get the reference of the autumn season here. So during the time of autumn, the traveller is travelling through the road in a forest, and he comes to a point where that road, one single road, the road is getting divided into two. Okay, one road is going this side, another road is going this side, and he is telling, and sorry I could not travel both. He had a wish to travel in both the roads, on both the roads, but he can't do that, and be one traveller. Long I stood, because he is a single traveller. It is not possible for a single person to travel on both the roads. So there he had to make a choice, he had to choose. Long I stood. Now choosing something will need little bit time. So he stood there, he started thinking, he started analyzing. So long I stood and looked down one as far as I could. So he is trying to look on both the roads, that where is this road leading to, where is this road going and where is that road going. So he is trying to look the distance. Okay, but what he is able to see, to where it bend in the undergrowth, the only thing he is able to see that both the roads are going and going, and after a certain limit he is not able to see any further progress of the road, because as if the road has been covered by the shrubs and the bushes within the forest. So he is not able to see the destination of both the roads. Okay, it is not clear. Then took the other. So he is telling that finally he made a decision and he took the other road, the second one. He took the other just as fair, because he felt that would be a better idea. And having perhaps the better claim, he also felt maybe that road is more appealing to him, that road, as if that road is calling him, because it was grassy and wanted wear. So the road was grassy. Now what does this mean? The road was grassy and wanted wear. This second road which the poet has chosen, this second road is grassy. Now when does a road, I am not talking about the metallic road, the pitch road that we use for our vehicles, I am not talking about that, I am talking about a forest road. Imagine a forest road where this is the road, one road is turning this side, another road is turning this side. Okay, so in this road there is no grass, but in this road there are some grasses. Okay, in this road there are some grasses. So poet is willing to take this road. Why? Because he feels that grassy road means people had rarely traveled in this road. People frequently will never take this road. Normal people will be taking this road, and this road has been traveled. Obviously there is a road, means it's for traveling only, but very few people, very rarely people will walk through it. And as because very rarely people will walk, therefore the grasses were able to grow, because if in one road continuously if people are walking, there won't be any grass. So this grasses actually symbolizes these grasses symbolize one fact, that people are not traveling frequently through this road. So it is something unique. It is having a risk factor. Poet is willing to take that risk. It is appealing to him. He wanted to know, why don't I try something different? He had that urge to try something different. The traveler wanted to do that, because it was grassy and wanted way. Though as for that, the passing there, so finally the poet decided that I will be going on to this second road. Okay, and as he started traveling through this second road, and while he was in the middle of the second road, he was again getting confusion thoughts. He was confused. He started thinking, had worn them really about the same. He started thinking about the first road, that right now he is imagining, it's a kind of confusion of his mind, that from this level if I see, I feel like the first road and the second road were similar only. There is not much difference. He felt at first, he felt that this one is more grassy and this is not grassy, that therefore he had chosen this road. But while going through this road, he is having a second thought, I might have chosen the first one, because both the roads were same. Okay, we could have chosen the first one. And in the third stanza, he is actually reinforcing, he is actually trying to explain to himself why he is actually thinking both the roads are similar right now. He is telling, and both that morning equally lay. The morning when he was standing here and he was watching both the roads. Okay, at that time he felt that both the roads looked the same. In what way both the roads looked the same? In leaves no step had trodden black, because both the roads were covered with the yellow leaves fallen from the trees. Okay, both the roads were covered with the yellow leaves, and he had not seen any footstep on this road. Footsteps, if people walk over leaves, they will leave their footprints over it, black color footprints. So there were nothing like that on that road, means that morning both the roads lay equal, both the roads were not travelled by anyone. He was the first to take the travel in either of the road. So therefore he is telling both the roads were same. Oh, I kept the first for another day. So what can be done? He is in the middle of the way. He has already taken his turn. He has already started walking on the second road. So now he can't go back again, because it will be waste of time. So in order to console himself, in order to assure himself, he told that okay, that first road I wanted to go to that first road also, but not now. I will go to that road some other time. Means I will definitely go there, but I will take that opportunity some other time, not now. So in this way he is trying to console himself. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, but he also knows one thing, that as I have started this road, now after ending this road I will be joining another new road. From there I have to go another way, and from that way I have to take another way. So way leading to another, one way after another. So if he is really planning to travel to this first row, it is practically not possible, because it is not possible for him to come back all the way to this point and again take up from this way. It is not possible. Practically it is not possible, though he is assuring himself that one day I will do, but he also knows that it is practically impossible. I doubted if I should ever come back. So he is telling that I am having doubt, the promise, the assurance that I have given just few minutes before, that I will take that road some other day. I don't know I will be able to fulfill that thing or not. I will be able to come back this road or not. I shall be telling this with a sigh. So he is telling that after few years, after some ages, he will be telling this story to someone with a sigh of maybe relief. Okay, now this telling this with a sigh, this sigh can be of two types. Sometimes the sigh can be of disappointment, regret. Sometimes the sigh can be of relief. Okay, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood. So some ages and ages, after some many years, when he will become very old, okay, at that some point of time when he has reached the last stage of his life, at that time he will be telling this story to someone. He will be telling that once he was traveling through the forest and he got a place where the road was divided into two, and I took the one less traveled by. So the poet will also say that at that time I have taken the road which was rarely traveled by people. I have taken a risky road, and that has made all the difference. And as because I have taken that less traveled road, I am able to create a different life for myself. He will tell that after some years. Now in this last paragraph we can conclude that the poet is actually not regretting. The poet will be telling this with a sigh of relief that that day I have taken one decision, and that decision was right for him. Because he has taken that less traveled road, he brought a distinction over himself. He became someone unique. He became someone who is not common. Okay, out of the common zone. He became someone very different. Okay, made him popular. Maybe by popularity he became different. Okay, make him one of the unique figure. Okay, so he has made himself, he is able to make himself one of the unique figure. So this is the poem, this is the meaning of the poem. I hope you have understood the meaning of the poem. Now we have to check some of the poetic technique. Okay, first we will talk about the rhyme scheme of the poem. Rhyme scheme. Robert Frost was a poet who was very much interested to make a pattern in his poetry. Okay, poem should have a definite pattern. So what was his pattern in this poem? See, the first stanza, the last words, would, both, stood, could, with. So here would, stood, could, they are having a similar rhythm. Would, stood, could, and again both, growth, these two are having similar rhyme. So here we can say his rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B. This is his rhyme scheme in the poem. This is the rhyme scheme in the poem. Now regarding the poetic devices, the rhyme scheme, I hope it is clear. Would, stood, could, these are the A. This rhyme I am representing as A. Okay, this would, stood, could, this rhythm I am referring this rhythm as A. The next rhythm, that is both and could, this I am referring as B. So A, B, A, B. Next, the poetic devices. What are the poetic devices? We can see in the poem. Now poetic devices means some poetic techniques. Again, some poetic techniques that the poet is implementing here. First, we can talk about the visual imagery. Poetic devices. the visual imagery. Now visual imagery means the poet is creating a kind of visual. While you are reading the poem, you are able to imagine something, a place in front of your mind. What kind of place you are able to imagine here? You are able to imagine a forest which is yellow in color. So immediately when you started to read the poem, you are in your mind, you are getting the image of a forest which is yellow in color, because everywhere the autumnal leaves are there on the trees. Okay, so yellow forest is the imagery here, and not only the forest but also the road. There is a road which is going through the forest, and the road is divided into two. So this entire picture is forming in your mind. So this formation of an image is in a that you are able to create in your mind by reading the poem. So this technique is called the visual imagery technique. The poet has created this visual in your mind. Next is metaphor. Okay, so here yellow wood is the visual imagery. Metaphor. Metaphor means what? Metaphor means something which is representing something else. Okay, so here roads are the metaphor. The word roads, it is a metaphor here. Now how it is a metaphor? In the first, when we are reading the poem just as a story, we are able to get the meaning of the road just simply as road, as a path. Okay, now when we are representing this road, when we are relating this poem with our life, their road actually represents, the road is a symbol in our choices, in the options, in the career. Okay, so the roads are actually trying to mean our choices, our decision, our decision of a particular thing, so our ways. So the road is representing a real road as well as a metaphorical meaning, that is our careers, our choices. So here therefore it is a metaphor, and this metaphor has been used throughout the poem. So as because this metaphor, the metaphor of roads, is used throughout the poem, we can also call it extended metaphor, as because this metaphor is represented throughout the poem. So throughout the poem we are having the mentioning of the roads. Okay, from the very beginning to the end of the poem we are talking about roads, means the choices of our life, and therefore it is called extended metaphor. Another small poetic device we can mention, that is anaphora. Now anaphora means what? Anaphora is a small technique used here. The same word, okay, same word, same beginning word in different sentences. For example, you can see in the first paragraph, and the use of and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could. So repetition of this and in 3 consecutive lines in the first paragraph. Again in the second paragraph there is also an and. In the third paragraph it is again starting with and. Again in the last paragraph there is also an and. So the repetition of this and in several sentences, beginning several sentences, this technique is called anaphora. Okay, so anaphora is the word here used, and has been repeatedly used in the beginning of many sentences throughout the poem. So that's all for today's class. I hope the poem is clear to you now, and it is a very important poem, and the important questions that might come from this poem. You might be given to explain some lines, okay, the meaning of the lines. What does this line, what does the poet meant, what does the poet mean by this line? You may be asked any particular line. Okay, you can be asked question like what road the poet had chosen and why. So what road the poet has chosen? You have the answer. He has chosen the other road which was less grassy. Why he had chosen that? Because he felt that if he choose this kind of road, he can create something unique, he can create some difference. He is ready to take that road will be risky, but he is ready to take that risk, because taking that risk he can achieve something great according to him. So therefore he had chosen. So these are the things you can go through the poem, and if there is any problem regarding understanding the poem, you may contact me, as you can do. The number has been already provided. So that's all for today's class. Stay well, stay safe. See you soon again. কতক্ষণে হলো?